Week 2 of me living in my car, and last episode I took a $20 bill into Walmart with the intention of buying 7 days worth of food for that $20, which is not easy in this economy at all. And it was a really interesting experience because I don't have a way to refrigerate anything. So it really had to be like dry type of food, like canned food or cup of noodle, stuff like that. If you go into the description box below, I actually have a link to that video if you want to watch that later. It was a very interesting experience. I'm on day 4 of that challenge. And day 4 of that challenge has taught me something. I can go $20 because I think I have enough food to last me the next 3 days, plus today. So what we're doing today is we're walking around downtown Riverside, California for 2 reasons. Number 1, I'm getting my vehicle inspected for the side gigs. If you know what the side gigs are, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, etc. Those are, I really believe those things are going to help me pay down my debt quicker than my job right now, because my job is very seasonal, right? And then my other YouTube channels are so wackadoo right now because of the elections. The elections here in the United States are dominating social media. Everything about Joe Biden and possible dementia or crazy stuff like that. Trump gonna become a dictator and a fascist. I mean, there's just all that stuff and all that junk on television and on YouTube right now, and it pays the bills. It's bringing in ad revenue to Google and Rumble and TikTok. So they're not going to stop pushing that content. So the ad revenue is very hit and miss right now. Oh, that's beautiful. That's the church bell. Can you hear that? It's kind of cool to hear that. Right now behind me is actually a building that's for the Riverside Hall of Fame for sports people. And right next to it's a car wash. This is one of the first days that it isn't over 100 degrees outside. It's actually like 96 degrees and there's a beautiful breeze out. So this is really going to be a good day today, I believe. But I'm going to film walking around downtown Riverside and kind of talk about some of the things that I got in mind. The second reason why I'm here at downtown Riverside is there's a small business owner in downtown Riverside that saw my ad to do his social media advertising, so I'm gonna go give my pitch and presentation. Again, nothing that's gonna make me a millionaire. It's something that'll make me maybe 60, 70 extra dollars a month net. But that's $60 or $70 a month I can pay down my debt. So if this is the first time you've watched me, the reason why I'm living in the car rather than going and renting an apartment or renting a room is because shelter has become the most expensive thing and it's becoming more and more expensive every day. Our wages are not keeping up with shelter. And I think what happens is we still have this old school mentality in our mind. And we have this new school mentality of it's okay to be in debt. The reason why I'm paying off this debt is so that way I can actually put money away to buy a house. I want to buy a house for my kids. And I want to buy a house for my wife. And the best way to do that is to not have that extra expense of $1,500 or $2,000 a month on a place to live. It's expensive, especially on the West Coast. So 85 grand worth of debt is going to be hard to do. But I think I can start paying it off this month here in July. I think at the end of this month, I can pay off $1,000 or $2,000 of that debt. And if I keep going the way I'm going, if I keep challenging myself, I truly believe that I can get this debt paid off by summer of next year. I think by June 30th of 2025, I will be debt free if I continue down this path, as long as things majorly don't go wrong. So we're going to start. Like yesterday, I turned in a bunch of cans and bottles. The guy wouldn't let me film it. And I don't blame him. He's a young kid, doesn't really want attention. He doesn't want anybody seeing him all dirty and smelly. I don't blame him. But I turned out a bunch of cans and bottles, made about $3. $3 I found can stretch. You can make $1 stretch still. You just got to be really smart about it. You can't go buy a Hershey's candy bar for $2.50. You got to be very smart and stingy about how you spend the money and what you spend the money on. So I'm going to fill that coin jar and use that coin jar, which I'll show you later on, the coin jar. I'll show you in another video. Not in this video, but in another video. In fact, I'm probably just going to, at the end of this, just kind of let a couple of the things I recorded play through, because I think this is enough for today. But it's just, once you get a routine going, and once this whole thing is done, this inspection's done, I get everything all squared away, it gives me something to keep moving where I'm not bored. See, that's the toughest part about living in a car and not having anything to do is being bored. So why not take that boredom and shove it into something that's making money? So that's what we're gonna do. I'm in Riverside, California today, downtown Riverside, California, here to do two things. Number one is I'm actually getting my car inspected to do some of these side gigs, these side hustles like Uber Eats and DoorDash, stuff like that. And the other reason is I have an appointment to talk to a small business owner about doing their social media marketing for them. So to kill two birds with one stone, pretty much. But look how beautiful this is. I mean, downtown Riverside is actually a pretty nice place. It's not an ugly place by any means. There's a lot of graffiti like there is in downtown Los Angeles. There is a lot of homelessness. But let's face it, I'm homeless myself technically. I'm living in a car. But it's absolutely gorgeous. And you know, it's a beautiful day for the summer for the most part. So far here in July of 2024, it's been like 110 to 120 degrees wherever I go. Even when I go, you know, Palm Springs all the way up to certain areas, it's like 120. The Menifee area, it's all, California's been a mess, like a rotten mess of just nothing but heat. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of graffiti back there. Anyway, where I was going with it is, today has been a decent day because it's about 97. It's cool, there's a little breeze. So I got kind of lucky with this, so I'm kind of excited.